Now to this Fox 26 exclusive. In October, he was sentenced to death for killing a beloved and trailblazing Harris County Sheriff's deputy. Well, now Robert Solis is giving his first interview from death row to our own Randy Wallace.
After making the hour-and-a-half-long drive to the Polunsky unit here in Livingston, Robert Solis initially backed out of the interview. He said he didn't want to do it anymore, especially with me.
I used to watch your Breaking Bond segment, etc. You know, there's a lot of mention about the repeat offenders, but I mean, I never hear you talking anything about the rights of the citizens.
Guilty of capital murder.
Robert Solis doesn't have the right to live. That's what the jury in his capital murder trial decided. Solis has only been on death row for a couple of weeks.
Since I've been here, they've executed 2 people, and that. You know, it's a feeling of helplessness, you know, when the state is putting people on the chopping block.
In 2019, Solis gunned down Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Sandeep Dhaliwal. He gained national attention for helping to change department policy to allow articles of faith, such as a turban, to be worn on duty. Did Dhaliwal's religion play a part in Solis's decision to execute him in broad daylight?
No, no, I don't understand why they would even think something like that.
Right before his capital murder trial began, Solis fired his court-appointed attorneys and chose to represent himself. Now he blames the judge for that.
I didn't want to represent myself. If you look at the record, I told the judge kept trying to ask me, so you want to waive effective assistance of counsel? I said, no, absolutely not.
The 50-year-old Solis began his life of crime at the age of 14. He killed Dhaliwal during a traffic stop. Did you know you were a wanted fugitive that day?
This is where it gets complicated, Mr. Wallace, and that's why I don't want to go into too much of it.
You just walked up to him from behind and shot him in the head.
If you look at the evidence, that's not, I mean, that's what appears to have happened. I explained that it was an accident when I was behind him. Yeah, I really don't want to get into that, Mr. Wallace.
You are sentenced to death by the authority of the state of Texas.
Death penalty cases go through a lengthy appeals process. There's always the possibility an appeals court could grant Solis a new trial. Would you want another trial?
Yes.
Why?
To have the opportunity for my case to be heard. The reason that I wouldn't want another trial, Mr. Wallace, is to put the family through that again. That is the only reason that I wouldn't.
On a couple of occasions, Solis did apologize to Dhaliwal's family.
A man has lost his life, and I can't change that. There's nothing that I can say or do to his family, to his kids, to his wife, that can bring him back. There's nothing I can do.
Now, we reached out to the Dhaliwal family to let them know about the interview. They declined to comment.
So, Randy, you were sitting there with him face to face as this man has been on death row for just a couple of weeks. We heard him say, I didn't want to represent myself. He also said that this was an accident. But you and I spoke about him seeming kind of manipulative in some of his conversation. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of those people that he likes to manipulate the situation. Obviously, he's an intelligent guy. I mean, he's a long-time criminal. He's someone that we should all fear, but he is an intelligent guy, but you can tell he likes to manipulate the situation. Anything else? You know, you were there with him, and originally, like you said, he didn't want to speak. What do you think made him say, okay, let me talk?
That's really a good question. I'm not sure, because when we first walked in, he told the public relation guy, hey, I'm not talking to him. And he just kind of kept eyeballing me. And then we were getting ready to walk out, and he was like, okay, I'll talk.
Yeah, and if people want to see your full interview, by the way, Randy, we're going to put that on our website, fox26houston.com.
Yeah, it should be later this evening on there.
All right, Randy Wallace, we appreciate that exclusive interview. Thank you so much.